Hello there, welcome to the news desk. I am joined for a special announcement here by Director of Global Organized Play, Helene Bergeot. Helene, welcome.
Hi.
I haven't got to do one of these with you. I'm kind of excited.
No, it's the first time.
Yeah. And we've got a lot of cool stuff to cover with you here as far as looking forward to the next Organized Play season. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of that, we did have one announcement that we wanted to make about one of the GPs coming up. So why don't we bring that up now? We'll get that bit of housekeeping out. Helene, tell us a little bit about the replacement for Grand Prix Buenos Aires.
So we had to announce earlier this week the fact that we fortunately were forced to cancel the Grand Prix in Buenos Aires, and we have been looking at an alternative for our players in Latin America. And so we didn't have much time just to look for their replacement, but it was important for us to go back in the city where we had been before and where we received excellent feedback. This is why we are going to Costa Rica early June, and the format will be standard.
Awesome. So our Latin American players can take a look at that and see if they can make that work. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of this announcement, Helene. Let's start things off with how many of you make your way here to the Pro Tour, a regional PTQ. Let's take a look at some of the news coming up for the next round of our PTQs.
So the next round of regional PTQs will qualify for Pro Tour to take place in Madrid, in Spain. And we have two dates, February 20th and February 27th. The goal with having these 2 weekends is to offer more flexibility for the players. Because if you cannot attend, the first weekend, you have the chance to go on the second weekend. It doesn't change, however, the fact that once you qualify to play in the regional PTQ, you can play only in one of them.
You have to choose one of the weekends, okay.
So the thing that we had announced earlier also is the fact that now we have one last chance qualifier prior to every single regional PTQ. And so also what is very new is the fact that we're adding 2 Magic Online PTQs.
Oh yeah, 2 Magic Online PTQs, or RPTQs. Those are going to be awesome for those of us that play a lot of Magic Online, and I'm in that group too, Helene, so thank you for that. Now, one thing that happens when you earn your way into a regional Pro Tour qualifier is you get a special promotional card. And it was Liliana the Veil before, but there's a new one now. Let's take a look at that now. This is really exciting. It is Snapcaster Mage. Look really at that beautiful artwork,
The
Helene.
art is gorgeous. Look at that card. I really think that players will like it.
I want that so bad.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous stuff. Really cool artwork. And of course, a card that a lot of players love to play, a big player in Modern, and anybody who makes it to an RPTQ is going to get a copy of one of those. Now, those are also premium foil, right?
So exactly the same way the current Liliana is.
That is fantastic. I assume you picked that?
Well, not exactly, but I'm still super happy.
Okay, I'm still happy about it too. That's great. Now let's take a look at some other changes that we have for Organized Play going into the future here regarding the Pro Tour and GP Pro Point payouts. So let's look at those. Now, some changes here on both PTs and Grand Prix.
Yes, we have listened to the feedback from players, and based on that feedback, we have revisited the way we are distributing these Pro Points, both at the Pro Tour and the GP level. Something which is important to mention, actually, is the fact that what you are looking for the Grand Prix is for individual Grand Prix.
That's for an individual Grand Prix, not applies to the team. Yeah. Okay, but as we can see, the Pro Points go a little deeper into the field now. You can finish 10 and 5 at a PT, or at a GP, excuse me, and get a Pro Point out of the deal, where before it was more in the 11 and 4 range that you needed to be in.
Absolutely, and what is interesting as well is the fact that we are going to apply this change starting with the very first Grand Prix of this season, which was early August.
Early August. So if you players at home have gone back and played in any GPs this season, make sure you go back and see where you finished, because you might actually have a few more Pro Points than you originally thought.
Absolutely.
All right, so cool change there. Now let's take a look at another change that's related to Pro Points, which is the Pro Player Club levels as we go forward. You've made some tweaks and adjustments to how this works as well. So
every season we revisit actually the different thresholds based on the number of Grand Prix, the number of just points that we distribute, and so that's the new thresholds are being displayed here. We were thinking that it was important to recreate the correct hierarchy between platinum, gold, and silver. Having silver being and gold more accessible, but platinum, there are some very, very significant benefits that are attached to that level. level. So we had also to put it a little bit higher.
So platinum went up a few points from 46 to 50, but gold went down too, and silver as well.
Absolutely.
And there's also more pro points available at GPs and Pro Tours as well. So
and that's the way it works. Because we are
Yeah.
adding these points, that's how we recalculated the thresholds.
of course, yeah, that's great. I mean, it makes that dream of getting on the train ever closer. All right, let's take a look now at the World Championships, as there's also some changes to that. Now, the first thing we'll note here, still 24 invitations as there was before.
And something that I want to mention quickly is that we have already posted that announcement on Thursday.
Okay.
It was important that it was posted before the Pro Tour, but we just wanted to take a moment to go through the new slots that we're adding, because they are pretty exciting. I think.
Yeah, they're really exciting changes. So we'll take a look at these as we move forward. Now, you can see that the regional slots, those are the same, Helene.
They're absolutely the same.
Yeah, so those haven't changed. So let's take a look now at our championship slots here.
Because this is also no change compared to what we had so far.
Yeah.
But on the next one, we're going to see some interesting stuff.
Yeah, these are championship title slots, and this is a little different. This, again, was part of the announcement on Thursday, but you can see that we've got a mid-season master now. We've got the Grand Prix master, which is renamed, but that's the one we had last season.
That's the one that
as
we
well.
added last season, and we were just like very, very pleased with the way it was received by the players. So just like it's a very strong slot, this one. So yeah.
Yeah, and then of course there's a constructed and draft master, which we talked about here at the Pro Tour, and that's going to go to the people with the most match points at the Pro Tour level in those in constructed and draft, and then of course the outstanding Hall of Famer as well. So exciting stuff there for those players, and as you can see, this is what the field looks like at the end of the deal after you guys have all kind of mapped out the 24 players that we have.
That's it.
Exciting stuff, Helene. Thanks so much for your hard work. I know that you've always got your ear to the players, getting feedback from them, and always taking feedback from them as well via social media and that kind of stuff. And your hard work pays off, and this is just some of that. Thanks so much for taking the time, Helene, and we're all looking forward to an awesome season here coming up in 2016.